Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both mics.
All right, hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to Both Mics. Welcome.
Both Mics is a show about nothing and everything. That over there is Mike Sofka.
And that over there is Mike Taylor. And together we are Both Mics.
Welcome to show number 94. Both Mics heard everywhere. Podcast can be heard live right now. Kind of, maybe. Even though Twitch is... There we go. We are live on twitch.tv/bothmics. Find us there every Friday night around 7 o'clock-ish. We usually run 2 one-hour shows till about 9 o'clock-ish. And, yeah, check us out. Why not? Wouldn't hurt. Tell a friend, bastards. All right. Find us anywhere podcasts can be heard, even on Spotify. We do the Spotify thing. We're not that big of a rebel to be dissing Spotify. So check us out. Let us know you're a fan. Thank you.
Awesome.
Mr. Sofka, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you, Mike?
Wonderful. Wow. Mm-hmm. You're doing wonderful, huh? I feel like crap still, but hey, sucks for me.
Power through, man. Power through.
Yep, my nose is so clogged right now.
All right, well, if you missed the Monsters of Rock review, we had that in the last show, 93. But 94, we have a special guest coming today. Misinformation will be stopping by here shortly.
Wow, I got the text. Interesting.
I got the text. They're en route to the Both Mic Studios right now.
Cool.
So hopefully we'll be talking to Misinformation here real soon. One of the first things I saw in the news, this is a ship fire. I was thinking about you, Mike, but this has happened here recently. This is a cargo ship.
It actually looks like a cargo ship.
Boom.
I've seen those. Where have I seen those? Oh, I've seen those in the Bahamas. They have one of the hotels in Nassau, Bahamas, actually has a webcam on the roof, and it shows the area right by the where the cruise ships go, and boats look just like this back in there, and there's cars on them. And you sit there and watch this webcam as all the guys run into the ship and drive cars off and unload cars from that. So, yeah, I can imagine if that's one of those ships, that is a fiery mess.
This is according to WashingtonPost.com, so it must be true. A huge cargo ship carrying thousands of luxury vehicles from Germany to the United States, including 1,100 Porsches, caught fire this week, forcing all 22 crew members to abandon ship and leave the vessel adrift in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow.
A fire broke out Wednesday morning on the Felicity Ace, a ship about 650 feet long near Portugal's Azore Islands, according to the Portuguese Navy. The Navy had departed from The ship had departed from Edmond, Germany on February 10th and was scheduled to complete its 13-day trip and arrive in Davisville, Rhode Island next weekend, according to Vessel Finder, a ship tracking website. The Volkswagen Group estimated that nearly 4,000 cars were aboard the Felicity Ace, according to the Drive and Automotive website. Dude,
wow.
Can you imagine? That's a lot of money, dude.
So if you just leave this thing adrift off the Azore Islands, does it eventually sink?
It says the fire was still burning on the ship as of Friday, according to the Portuguese Navy, and photos showed white smoke billowing out of the vessel.
Wow. Okay. All those tires. So 4,000 cars, so 16,000 tires burning. I wonder if anything's going to be salvageable.
They say from Porsche, the German-made vehicle, they can range from 101,000 to 174,000, according to U.S. dealers. In addition to Porsches and Volkswagens, there were 189 Bentleys on board.
Jeez.
Cost between $166,000 and $348,000, according to Car and Driver.
You think it's foul play? Like some pissed off...
Could be an insurance thing. Maybe
some pissed off guy?
Who's to say that those cars didn't have the chips they needed? And they're backing up in the plant. They've got this shit insured for when they ship it. They just collect the insurance check. It's the same thing as selling the cars. Oh, and guess what? Now they don't have an extra load of inventory with no chips.
Right. I hear you. Yeah.
I'm calling bullcrap.
You never know.
Have you ever seen or heard of this before?
No.
And how old are you? 55? So am I.
Excuse me? What do you mean, how old am I?
You're 55?
Yeah, no, that's messed up, man. Or does it happen all the time and it's just never reported? Or make the news. I'm sure it's reported. But yeah, no, the ship looks familiar. It looks like a regular ship that I see all the time, pulling up the ports, dropping off cars.
This is pretty funny here. Well, not funny, but Matt Farah, this is according, again, to WashingtonPost.com. Matt Farah, a car enthusiast and editor of The Smoking Tire, is one of the customers who believes his vehicle is stuck at sea. Farah tweeted that he had been waiting since August for his 22 Boxer Spider that was modified to his specifications. The vehicle, which he declared as the best sports car of all time, has a retail price of about $123,000. He got a call from his dealer, but he was left disappointed and stunned. My car is now adrift, possibly on fire in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, well.
So you order a car. The car's coming. And it catches fire. That's crazy.
Right. So is that a too bad for him, or are they going to make him another one now?
They're going to make him another one. It's going to be about another 8 months.
Right.
All right, so I got a thing up here with a kid using the internet.
Yes.
It's according to Gizmodo.com. A father accidentally shut down his town's whole internet in an effort to limit his kid's screen time.
Okay.
I don't know how he did this physically, but somehow he knocked down the whole internet. And because he did it, and he admitted he did this, he's now facing up to 6 months in prison for taking down the internet.
All right. Now, is it a thing where the guy knew what he was doing, or was it something he accidentally did?
A report from the outlet France Bleu, because this happened in France, says the unnamed dad tried to use a multi-wave band jammer to temporarily cut off the internet connection at his residence in the town of Messengers. Jammers, which are illegal in France and also in the USA, work by interfering with telecommunication signals, thus stifling connections. Despite their illegality, people still get arrested for using them pretty much all the time.
Yeah. So he purposely. We try to avoid it because it turns your brain to mush. You know, it's like staring, like a caveman staring at a fire. You know, there's no need for it. So yes and no.
All right.
So
don't accidentally shut your internet down and the whole town down with a jammer.
No, I don't think I have the aptitude to be able to pull something like that off.
We talked about Joe Rogan before. There's a picture of Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan does not look like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he almost looks like the guy that ate Joe Rogan.
Right? Looks like freaking Lou Costello with no hair.
Nice. Well, the reason why we're talking about Joe Rogan is he of course is back on Spotify, but there's a lot of other shows that don't have the pull he has and weren't under the same contract as him that aren't back. So these companies that own these other shows are called The Ringer and Parcast. I'm not familiar with what shows they have.
No.
But these people are not able to get back. Meanwhile, Joe Rogan was, and he went out and apologized and all this. I say screw it, man. You don't like it, change the channel, man. You know what you're getting here, and just because you don't agree with an opinion, it doesn't mean you can threaten to take me off the air. How many people liked or listened to Rush Limbaugh? Well, probably 50% of the people. The other 50% should just not listen to him. What's the problem?
Yep.
I don't listen to people I don't like. But everyone has to be canceled nowadays.
Yeah, so don't make people think, all right?
Yeah. I'm here to officially... Well, the sad news is it's a small minority of people who are doing this. They make globalist attack through the tech companies, and
it's always that way.
They take over.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm out on that. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you take Joe Rogan off Spotify, I'm leaving Spotify. How about that? Both Mikes will leave Spotify if you take Joe Rogan off. I'm going to stick up for Joe.
Doesn't matter to me. I don't even know what the whole argument started off about.
Well, yeah, that's beside the point. I'm not going to get into all that, but it was involving the COVID and stuff, and he had some people on that people weren't agreeing with because it wasn't part of the narrative. It wasn't the approved narrative that was sent out through MSM. It was something different. So he provided proof that was all bullshit.
Oh, right. Yeah, and his thought was that he was giving equal platform for the little guy. Okay, Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude. It's a shame. It's a shame that you can be threatened with your livelihood in Canada right now with this thing. They're arresting all those truck drivers who are towing their trucks. You know what they did? Somebody bought a can of gas for somebody one time so they wouldn't have to freeze in their truck overnight. The government stepped in and stopped his banking ability. He can't buy anything now because they didn't agree with his political statement. They said that him buying a can of gas for a truck driver so they wouldn't freeze in their truck all night and could run the engine was a terrorist activity.
Wow.
They did a business owner the same thing. They painted the outside of her store calling her Hitler and a terrorist supporter and all this just because these people don't agree. They're not out storming the town, burning down buildings and shit like we saw in the past. They're making a point through a peaceful protest, and yet big government, big money, technology, they're all coming in and, well, we'll just shut you off. You won't be able to buy food or anything now because we disagree with your opinion. Also in Canada, this is a fact. Again, not trying to be political. They're policing Facebook like never before. And this is going to be great because I'm going to have to ask misinformation about this when she gets here. If you're in Canada and you make a comment on Facebook about a peaceful protest, the police are required to go to your house and educate you on the law of a peaceful protest. Dude, I'm not making this shit up. I'm a funny dude. I can't make this shit up, dude.
Yeah.
This is what they're trying to bring here, dude. I'm not having it. So
interesting.
Yeah. What? Hang on, I'm getting a message here. Let me see if it's misinformation. She's supposed to be here in a minute.
Cool. This should be good.
That's her. So listen.
Yeah.
The only way I could get her to come on the show is if we blocked video of her.
Okay.
So in other words, nobody could see what she looks like. So she sent what she says a reasonable caricature, cartoon facsimile of her.
Okay.
So with that in mind, hang on before my computer crashes here. I gotta close a few things. There we go. One more. And let's close this one too. There we go. All right, we're gonna be back. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go to the green room because yes, I'll be right there. I'm going to bring her right now. Yeah, tell her to stand by. She's in the green room right now at the Both Mike Studio compound. So she requested a specific song be played for her walk-up. So first off, let me put up her picture so we introduce her properly. Here's misinformation.
All right. Are you going to play Nickelback?
No, I'm not going to play Nickelback, but I am going to play a song that she wanted played when she came in here. So hang on, I know you're frozen for a second there. You're not going to be frozen for long. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. Where did her stuff go? Oh yeah, over here. Here it is. Okay. All right, I'm going to go get her. I'll be right back. Here's her song. And it's bad. It's a bad song. Hang on. Her song's queuing up here. We're running a little bit slow tonight. Hang on. Misinformation. It's making news fake. It's keeping news fake. So I just take my seat here in front of this thing that looks like a penis. This thing looks like a penis, only smaller. Is this thing on? Test. It's on. Just speak right into it. Well, hello, my name is Misinformation. Are you Mike?
Yes. How are you, Misinformation?
Peace be with you. Peace be with you, child. Peace be with you. How are you?
Also with you.
It's a pleasure to be here. I've been looking forward to this visit for so long. Only thing they had on the plane was some peanuts in a little baggie. So, honey, can you do me a favor? Yes, you're the intern here, right? Okay, I'm gonna need some hot tea and the melon wedge. Hot lemon for the hot tea, please, City. Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm back. Go ahead. Can you hear me, Mike?
I can, yes.
Okay, I just wonder if this thing's... Did I tell you this looks like a penis, only smaller?
This looks like a penis, only smaller. What is this that you speak of?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not used to being on the radio. There's a giant microphone in my face here.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so I agreed to be here as long as no one saw my real identity, and I think that's a reasonable facsimile of me. I weigh about 245, and I'm 5'4", and I hold my phone up like that a lot because my name is Misinformation.
Okay. Well, the person in the picture is definitely not 5'4" and 245 pounds.
Well, it only shows the top half of her. I got a lot of junk in the trunk, honey.
Okay, sure. Well, some misinformation. Why are you on the show today? What are we talking about?
Well, I used to work at the TSA, and I used to be the person that decided whether you got to fly or not. So somebody noticed me from Homeland Securities, and they thought that I was a good decision maker. So they said, "Hey, we want you to come to Homeland Securities." And I'm like, "Well, my baby daddy working at KFC right now. He going to school to be a doctor. So I thought that maybe I could get a little raise." So I asked him for a raise, and it's a good thing they gave me the raise because then my baby daddy lost his job at KFC, but he's still going to be a doctor.
Okay, a doctor. What kind of doctor is he going to be?
He said something about being a gynecologist because he can't get enough of that beep.
I totally get it. Not a problem. Now, so you work at TSA, so you work at an airport.
No. Now, honey, you are not looking. Did y'all get the advance?
Yes, we got the bio.
Did you send him the bio?
Yes, I sent him the bio.
Well, evidently you didn't read the bio.
You did not send me the bio.
Okay, I used to work for the TSA. I used to decide if you could get on the plane.
Okay.
Now I work for Homeland Securities.
Okay. So same thing, only different. Now, what airport did you used to work at?
I used to work right down the street from where I live in Atlanta.
Atlanta? Okay. Now, how did you get to the airport each day?
How do you think I got to the airport in a goddamn car? Who is this guy? Why is he asking me this stupid question?
I was just wondering if you took the MARTA to the airport.
I do take the MARTA. Do you know what MARTA stands for?
No. What does it stand for?
I can't say it on the air.
Okay.
I was just wondering if you knew what it stood for. I wasn't going to incriminate myself.
I knew exactly what it stands for. A buddy of mine told me back in the day when we worked at a restaurant together. He used to go to Atlanta a lot, and he told me what MARTA stood for.
So you work in a restaurant? You work at KFC too, like my baby daddy used to?
No. I can't tell you the last time I've been to KFC. Is that what, Kennedy Space Center? You used to work there?
Yes.
KFC?
Dumbass. Who is this guy? He thinks he's all funny. Look, at my job now with Homeland Securities is I am an information specialist.
Okay, so you specialize in information.
That is correct. I spend my day processing informations, making sure y'all children aren't misbehaving, aren't looking at stuff you ain't supposed to be looking at. I know how y'all are. I get to see it every day.
How y'all are? Like those people?
Those people, exactly. Though you know what I'm talking about with those people. Those people spreading misinformations.
So what's the latest misinformation that's out there that I need to warn myself and my children about misinformation?
Oh, honey, please. There is so much misinformation out there. It would be better if you asked me if a piece of information was misinformation. Like, I could judge it for you right here live. Like, you tell me some informations, and I'll tell you if the informations are true.
Okay. I can't think of any information off the top of my head.
Well, I'm glad you had show prep, Mike.
Well, yeah,
How about I give you some information about you, Mike?
That'd be great. I'd love to hear information about me.
My title is Misinformation. I know everything about you. I already had your bio, unlike you had my bio. I had your bio before I stepped in the building here at both mics. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Can I get some more lemon for this tea, honey? Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So let me tell you, your favorite TV show growing up, Starsky and Hutch. Your favorite car, the Gran Torino, the red one from Starsky and Hutch.
Okay.
You recently completed a model. That model was of a DeLorean, which was in that movie Back to the Future. You kind of look like the doctor from Back to the Future. See, I knows a lot about you already, Mike. How come you don't know nothing about me?
Because I was not expecting to interview misinformation.
Okay.
So here's a question for you. What's your favorite? Is it Coke or Pepsi? What do you like better?
I'm from the ATL. We support Coca-Cola around here.
Yeah, I was just making sure that being that you're legit from Atlanta, where the Florida is. So,
I got my hair did today for this, and you only didn't put my picture up there. But I know I told you not to put my picture up there, but I did get my hair did. I got my hair did, and my nails. My nails, I got the 4-foot kind.
Okay, I was gonna ask how long your nails are.
Yeah, they're 4 foot. They're 4 foot, and each nail has one of my different children's face on them.
Oh, God, how many nails do you have?
Well, I have 10 nails, and I have 10 children.
Okay.
3 different baby daddy. One incarcerated. He ain't paying too much lately. It was the state gave a check for that child. I got 10 checks coming in from the federal government. I make $30,000 a month on having 10 kids. Tax free. That's why I got time to sit around and be misinformation. That's how I got this job.
What do you do when they turn 18?
No, well, after they're 18, they're still going to live in the house, and I'm still going to have to take care of them because, each one of them has some sort of disabilities. Like one of them too fat. I don't know why they say that. He no bigger than me, and he's 8. I think that's fine. So, we get a check for that, too. And then if he's 18 and still disabled, I still get a check.
Good to know.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't know this. Don't you have children?
I certainly do.
The government will give you money if you give them some misinformation. You just give them some misinformation and tell them that your kid has spina bifida or something. Then you slip the doctor like $50, $100, and he writes off on the chart that he has spina bifida, and then the government sends you a money check every month.
Interesting. I did not know that. I did not know that at all.
Yeah. Now don't ask me about my critics though, because my critics is all messed up. Somebody done stole my critics a long time ago. But I do have access to everybody's information, so everybody will give me critics now.
Interesting. We'll have to talk about that and see.
Well, what do you want to know? I can tell you about your critics, Mike, but that wouldn't be polite.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you not airing my laundry out here on the Both Mics airwaves. So.
Well, I do want to give a shout out to my sister, Mrs. Information. See, she married, I'm not. Like I said, I got 3 baby daddy, 10 kids. One's incarcerated, not the kid, the daddy. But Mrs. Information, that's my sister, Mrs. Information. She married, and she in Canada right now. And she been telling me all about the Mrs. Information up there with the truckers and getting arrested. And they can't even get gas, and they're towing the trucks. It's all misinformation.
Interesting. That information goes all the way that far north.
Well, no, it goes across the sea too. Because nobody knows this, but my brother was married to a girl, and she was known as Misinformation for a small time. But they got divorced, so I took over the name Misinformation, and she's the ex-Misinformation, and she happens to be over in Ukraine right now, and she's telling me there's nothing but misinformation over there at the Ukraine and Russia right now.
Interesting. Yeah. What's going on over in the Ukraine and Russia?
Well, they're fighting, and we don't even know if they're really fighting. Like, they're saying they're fighting, and they're saying they're doing stuff, but then they're saying they're not doing stuff. It's all misinformation.
Interesting. Yeah, I had no idea. I've been on vacation. I haven't watched the news in a decade.
Yeah, I know, Mike. You went on a Monsters of Rock cruise. You're a diamond member of the cruise, and you get 4 free drinks when you go on a cruise a day, so you don't have to buy the drink package. I know all that stuff.
Interesting.
That's my job. It's misinformation.
From Atlanta, Georgia.
What you saying about my state? I'm proud of my Peak State now. Don't be getting all up in my grits about Georgia. I will defend Georgia till I die. Stars and bars, woo! What? You find it? Look. It's about heritage, not hate.
Well,
why
what if
you
your
laughing?
heritage is hate?
No, it's heritage.
Well, what if your heritage is hate?
Look at that picture of me. That's a reasonable facsimile of me. It just shows me from the waist up so you don't see my nice round ass. But if you look at that photo, you see I'm a woman of color.
I didn't see that.
Well, I could be a woman of color. I could be a white woman in that picture, but I look like a woman of color in the picture, no?
No.
Okay.
You look like
gonna leave that one blank?
Like an average girl from Georgia.
You call me average? You call me a basic bitch?
Well, there's a difference between basic and average.
What is the difference between basic and average? I gotta know this because I'm misinformation.
Well, basic would be what? What is basic? Basic is the lowest common denominator. You know, the building point of anything is the basis of the basic. Average is more than that.
Yes, honey. Can I get another melon wedge over here? Yeah, that first one was delicious. Yeah, and some more lemon for. Can I just get a refill? No need to bring me a whole new tea bag or nothing like that. Just some little hot water for the tea bag I already have. Because I'm from Georgia and I know you can get 2 teas out of 1 bag.
Girl, you doing a mouse.
You see this? You see this intern? I love this girl. She's a Georgia girl too, aren't you?
Hey,
Yeah, the intern here's a Georgia girl. How about that? We at home, sister. We at home. Come here, give me a little pinky. Give me a little pinky right here. Come on, give me a little pinky. Pinky. Oh, yeah. You doing the most too, honey. You keep eating them Doritos. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You gonna have an ass like mine in no time. I'm 245 pounds of screaming steel and fat ass appeal. Did I lose this guy? Is this penis-looking thing still on?
Is this thing on? You there?
Yes, I'm here. You got any more questions for me? Because I gotta get to my real interview. This is just a warm-up interview.
Okay. Yeah. Well, misinformation. Don't let us hold you back from important stuff, there, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Did you hear my song when I came in? Did it have the right walk-up music on?
Yeah. I think Santa Claus or Tommy Chong wrote that song.
Okay, all right. Well, I just got to go. It was a pleasure to see you, Mike. And do me a favor. Do me a favor. Make sure you pay your light bill on time. Last month you were 1 day late, okay? All right, thank you. Y'all have a good one now. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. You got it. Misinformation, folks. There you go.
Misinformation, it's making news fake. It's keeping news fake. Alright, thank you, Misinformation. Thank you for joining us, Misinformation.
Yes, welcome. Thank
she
you.
was pleasant, wasn't she?
She's like nails on a chalkboard.
I thought she was a good gal. I like her. She was all sweet. She was all talking to the intern. They're over there exchanging Facebook messages or something. Man. All right. She almost got me talking like that now.
Yeah. I thought you were going to interview her.
No. That's why I
Totally
sent you
caught
the
me
show
off
crap.
guard. I thought you were going to interview her. So
Right. Well, I should have interviewed her. That would have been good. Next time I'll interview her, all right?
yeah.
All right, so in the news here, McDonald's is in the news. I put up a picture of a McDonald's creation from Spain. McDonald's is going after Taco Bell.
Okay.
Those are
Spain.
chips on that sandwich. It looks like a double quarter pounder with giant tomato slices and corn chips, like tortilla type chips, on the burger.
Queso? I see queso on there too.
They're offering this. It's funny you should say that. Because they're offering this with a couple other things. You can get chips and cheese.
Yeah.
And there's like the meal. You get the McShaker fries, whatever that is. You have the Coke there. You have your burger with the tortilla strips on the burger. Then you have, as well as the fries, you have a little side of chips with cheese. Then they give you cheese dipping sauce for the fries.
Cool.
Are you a fan?
I would get that, yeah. No tomato.
Oh,
But yeah, it looks good. Have you gone to a fast food restaurant recently?
No.
Yeah. I took the boys.
I used to go all the time. That's how I became a fat fuck, so.
Yeah. I took the boys, not yesterday, the day before, I think it was. It might have been yesterday. I don't know. Went into Wendy's. Went inside. Didn't do the drive-through thing. Go in there and walk up to the counter, and there's no one there. Just a bunch of screens, and you have to order your own food.
Yeah, that's the way it is in some McDonald's a couple years ago when I went.
Yeah, you have to go through the screens and order and add to your bag and then pack it up and then go through and
it's all going to be robotic. They're going to have robot. They already have them, dude. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. That's what $15 an hour gets you.
Yep, and then you press the wrong button and you can't pay for your damn food, and it was so annoying. Yeah.
So what did the kids think? Did they think it was cool or no?
Well, they're 2 and 4. They don't know any different. You know.
Therein lies the problem.
It is what it is.
These people who are taking over our world with these ideas are indoctrinating the children, and they don't know any better.
Yep.
Like, for instance, you limiting your child's screen time, like we talked about before.
Yeah.
When they're old enough to talk back to you, they're going to say, well, I bet your mom never interrupted your screen time. Stop. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stop. And we didn't have that. So I'm not trying to be the grumpy old man, get off my lawn guy. I'm just saying it. That's what they do. They condition the youth. They start over. They're willing to wait 20 years. They're patient. They start over, and they just educate the kids a certain way, and you have no control over it almost.
I totally agree.
Unless you homeschool. Are you going to homeschool or no?
No. We have one of the best school systems in the country here. So
Well, that's awesome, because not everybody's so fortunate. There's some shitty school things going on.
A lot.
So listen, this McDonald's thing isn't exclusive to just that. They also had mixed spaghetti and McPizza.
I know the pizza thing they've tried before, but mixed spaghetti.
Yeah, and I know, if you ever want to try some of these things, go to at one time, I don't know if it still is, I know they tore it down basically and rebuilt it, the world's largest McDonald's on near iDrive in Sand Lake in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
They have all sorts of stuff there. They have stuff that you won't see anywhere else. And now I heard that you can order like off the menu, like this hidden menu thing. Are you familiar with this?
I thought that's where you were going with this whole thing here. I thought this was off the menu type stuff. Yeah, they have a Big Mac and a Whaler combination where it's like a Big Mac on the bottom and a Whaler fish fillet on the top. That looks kind of cool. That was actually one of my favorite things working at Burger King when I was in high school. Was the Burger King is the Whaler. The fish fillet is McDonald's. Same thing, only different. And that was actually good. And I never thought I liked tartar sauce, but I guess I like tartar sauce.
All right, so you're a fan of tartar sauce, but not tomatoes.
Right.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Just wondering where the line's drawn.
Yeah, and it's one specific franchise that McDonald's has in the Orlando area that has these specialty restaurants, or specialty McDonald restaurants. If you go on Sand Lake Road on the other side of I-4, over there by where that Cuban restaurant is, there's McDonald's there that also has like paninis and different things, and you order and they actually bring your food out to you, and they have a large array of flatbreads and paninis besides the basic McDonald's menu.
And then not far from that, like a quarter mile from the Universal Studios main entrance, the Universal Studios Resort, there's one that has like a 50s motif when you go in and have like a giant Elvis, and it looks like a 50s diner. Okay. Now, I haven't been in a couple years, but I mean, it's supposed to have some sort of special significance as well. I don't know. Is
that the one that's north on Kirkman Road?
Yeah, not far from Hooters or whatever used to be there.
Right. Okay. Yep, I know the one. Yeah, I think it's a specific franchise that has a larger array menu than your typical McDonald's.
So again, the sandwich that's in here, let me give you the official thing here. I just had it and I rolled up. Okay. In the picture here, McDonald's nachos are your basic nachos with tortilla chips topped with nacho cheese sauce. It's joined by McShaker fries and a new Grand McExtreme Nachos Burger. McShaker fries feature McDonald's signature fries served with a packet of cheese seasoning and a bag so you can combine and shake them. So they're giving you like that powdered crap that you put in a cheap mac and cheese, and you put it in the bag with your fries and you shake it up to get them all covered in the cheese stuff. That's pretty gross.
Yeah. Powdered cheese is kind of gross.
Yeah, it's like eating powdered eggs. You ever eaten powdered eggs, dude?
I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
Not intentionally.
Not enjoyable.
Yeah, I would imagine.
All I keep thinking of is powdered eggs while I'm eating them.
Ew.
I haven't eaten them since like elementary school or whatever. When we used to go to school a little early, sometimes we'd have to eat breakfast at school because we got there like an ungodly hour, and
Right.
so we would eat breakfast at school. And yeah, every once in a while they would have stuff like that. I would come home and tell my mom stuff because they would serve stuff that we weren't used to. I'm going back to like moving from Jersey to Florida. I'm come home and she goes, "Well, how was breakfast?" I said, it was all right. It was powdered eggs, grits. She goes, grits? I said, yeah. And they gave us these little sausage things. They gave us like fucking Vienna sausages and shit. And, you know,
Really?
a piece of white bread toast with cheese melted on it. And it was just weird. It was different, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine.
Anyway. So you're a fan of this or no? The McDonald's doing the Taco Bell thing?
Yeah, it sounds cool. You know, why not?
All right. Would your kids eat that or no?
No. Well, Xander, no. Nicholas, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it would be the
Xander.
opposite.
Xander's the picky.
All right. So Xander knows better, and Nikki doesn't know any better. He just goes with it.
Just eats anything and everything.
That's
Yep.
awesome. That's awesome. All right. So Disney World has found a way to become more expensive.
Really?
Yes, they're
They
constantly.
had to look for a way?
Yeah. Well,
The 40
They're-
different ways they made Disney more expensive wasn't enough. They had to find more.
according to the Takeout.com, supply chain issues and bad citrus crops threaten to raise food prices at Disney.
How many food products does Disney have that include citrus? All of them?
I don't know.
If it meets their needs, I guess it would be all of them.
It turns out that inflation is a factor, at least at the very least, that's what Disney claims. The company is looking into alternatives to raising prices, such as making portion sizes smaller. This is everything like what happens in the real world.
Yeah,
You
it's
have
like-
a hard time buying a half-gallon ice cream. It's like 1.75 now. It's called
Right.
stagflation. Because of the devaluation of the currency, you're
Right.
conditioned to spending
Same
a
thing
certain
on
amount on a certain product of a certain size. Well, they just shrink the wrapper rather than raising the price.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. They've
Crazy,
done it
dude.
with potato chips for decades.
Yeah, potato chips is the biggest scam ever because you're always buying 2/3 air in the bag.
Well, you need that air to be able to keep the shit fresh. So that's why they do that.
Yeah, but the way they advertise it, look at this big bag that 4 of you could eat in one
Yeah.
sitting.
We bought a gigantic bag of Ruffles at Costco before we went on vacation, and it's literally like it was a 2-pound bag of potato chips, and it was all settled at the bottom like a big lead weight in the bottom of this bag. I couldn't believe it, and the bag was like $9.49
For a bag of chips.
for a bag of chips. It's like holy cow! But it was on sale. That's why we got it.
Yeah, look at all the money you save.
Yeah. But yeah, we've been eating it for 2 weeks now.
No, I'm just messing with you. I know.
Yeah.
It sucks, dude, because you go somewhere and you're like, oh, I used to be able to get a quick lunch in here for $5.
Yep.
$11.50, same thing. You know, you're like, really? What the fuck happened here?
Well, a prime example is of an expensive place that got more expensive. I used to go probably twice a year to Five Guys.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
I'll never forget the first time going to Five Guys. Bacon double cheeseburger, large fry, drink. It was $13.13. I just remember how much it cost. Obviously, it's a weird number. And now it's easily $17 for the same thing. So something that was overrated and expensive back then is even more expensive now.
Well, just before the Super Bowl, on Super Bowl Sunday, I was hosting a party here and I needed a few extra things.
But thanks for the invite.
Yeah, right. A couple of the things I forgot was the metal pans that I use to serve food,
Oh,
so
like
like these little metal restaurant-style pans, but they're aluminum, But you get them at the dollar store because they're $1, otherwise you're paying $3.50 a pop at Publix or whatever. So
Right.
I roll over to the dollar store, and I know we talked about this in the recent past about it becoming the $1.25 store. Everything just about is $1.25. And I get 5 pans at $1.25.
Right.
What's my total at the register?
Should be $6.25.
$6.66.
Okay.
So I bought a Butterfinger to go with it. I was not going to go out on $6.66 for some metal pans on a Sunday. I'm not going to do that, dude.
Yeah.
You know, superstitious, whatever.
It's just a shame that Butterfinger sucks so badly.
Yeah, you can't buy 5 things at the $1.25 store anymore.
No. Yeah, avoid that.
All right. So at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter,
At Universal Studios Orlando.
they may be shutting down the beloved Harry Potter wands. This is
Okay.
according to February 17th. This is according to our friends over at InsideMagic.net. This, I guess, and I didn't know this, but if you go around, they have several different levels of wands, I guess, that you can buy at Universal. And one of them that you get works with the Wi-Fi and the interaction in the park, and you can, like, turn on a light or point at something and make stuff happen, okay, while you're at the park.
Yeah.
Well, they have so many of the other ones that don't do that, the non-interactive ones.
Yeah.
All you have to do now is you sign up for something called the Universal Merchandise Shopping Card, and you get a free non-interactive wand. And somebody asked somebody who worked at Universal how they were able to do that, because nothing's for free at these places. And they said they're phasing them out. They're just trying to get rid of the inventory they have, so they're giving them away, but you have to sign up for this card. So here's my thing. All right, when kids get a certain age, like your other kids who are grown adults now, when they got to a certain age and we went to a theme park, did you ever let them go and just do their own thing?
Yes.
Okay, this is just what we
regretfully.
need. This is just what we need at the theme park. 40,000 kids running around with sticks in a theme park unsupervised. What could go wrong, right? Stop running with that stick, right? You couldn't run with a stick or a popsicle when you were a kid because you'd poke your eye out, right?
Exactly.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't poked their damn eye out already.
Yep. Yeah, I remember one time my ex-wife and I were walking around the corner, and we hear a bunch of kids screaming, and we hear like some lady going, "Stop that! Don't do that! Cut it out!" You know, like bitching at them. You know, slow down. And we turned the corner, and there's our kids. There's our kids with some other kids. I think they brought friends with them or something. And some old lady was freaking bitching them out for being kids. So yeah, if they could run with sticks, I'm sure they would have.
We brought all the 4 kids over to a theme park. They were probably aged like 10 through like 14 or something. And there was a water theme park over there in Kissimmee. And they wanted to go and do their own thing and ride this. So we went to ride this slide thing or something, me and Lisa. Hold on. Got Dorito caught in my throat or something.
You got to get a cough button.
Yeah, I do. So we're in line for the slide next to us, and the ride they're on is like underneath us, but next to us. Like we're climbing up to get to this slide.
Right.
Right at that point where we're standing, there's a big sign warning you on each ride. Don't stand on the ride. You know, stay seated. Keep arms and legs in at all times. All that stuff, right? I turn to the right, and there's an opening. A raft comes out, and there's nobody on it. I look to the back of it. There's 2 of my kids hanging off the raft, floating like they went overboard. The other 2 are holding the raft together with them, and the girl is up surfing with 2 arms in the air. Like she's surfing on things, standing up. And I'm like, Jesus, we are getting kicked the F out of here today. It was amazing.
Yep. Yeah, I can totally picture it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, kids running around with sticks at Universal. That's great stuff there.
Right.
All right, check this out.
Okay.
What do you think this girl's malfunction is? This is not fair. This is a picture of a young lady in the hospital bed.
I don't know. It looks like she has like a tracheotomy.
All right, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show the next picture.
Okay.
It involves this guy.
He looks like one of the waiters on the cruise I just got off of.
If you're watching on twitch.tv/both mics or YouTube, if you're not, you got to catch the pictures of these folks here. The reason why I'm bringing this up is this young lady here, she had breast augmentation surgery. She was 18 years old. Shortly after turning 18, a Colorado plastic surgeon performed breast augmentation on this 19-year-old patient. Now, this girl's last name is like Nguyen. Sometimes I hear it pronounced as Win. Sometimes I hear Nugent. I don't know. But I guess it's maybe a Korean name or something. Or Vietnamese name or something.
Yes.
She went in to have breast augmentation on August 2019. 14 months later, she died after she had slipped into a coma during the operation due to a brain injury because of a problem with the anesthesia.
Right, yeah.
So here's a girl who's probably unnecessarily going through a surgery.
Totally.
I mean, I'm not trying to pass judgment, but she fell into the coma. This is according to NBCnews.com, so it must be true. She fell into a coma after the surgery gone wrong, leaving her in a vegetative state. She died 14 months later after the procedure in October 2020. So the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office, that's what this is called in California, Arapahoe County.
Yeah.
Dr. Jeffrey Kim was arrested after a lengthy criminal investigation. He turned himself in to authorities, accompanied by his attorney, on Wednesday and was booked and released after bond. Rex Meeker, a nurse anesthesiast, is also charged with manslaughter, and a warrant has been issued for arrest. I had no idea. I thought there was some sort of disclaimer. You always had a sign and shit, but I guess the state can step in and say, no, this is egregious.
Yeah, I guess. I always thought there was some kind of law protecting them, the okie dokie oath or whatever they call that.
Well, these two guys, Kim and Meeker, allegedly left Wynn unobserved for 15 minutes after putting her under anesthesia during her procedure, which her parents say is contrary to the medical best practices, according to the negligence lawsuit filed by Wynn's parents in 2019. During her absence, something went wrong, and with the anesthesia, she was found with her lips and face turned blue with the discoloration spreading across her body. Wynn suffered cardiac arrest twice and had to be resuscitated. Wow. Doctors waited 5 hours to call 911.
Wow.
So I guess this might have been in one of those, like, ambulatory surgical centers, maybe, not in a hospital.
Yeah, it sounds like gross negligence to me. So,
but I mean, first of all, you're 18. Why are you getting breast implants?
No, because you think you have to,
It's crazy. And do you ever think that this girl ever thought there was a real way that she would die getting this done?
No, or she wouldn't have done it.
I would have been the same way. I'd have been like, no, it's easy. Everybody does it every day.
Here's a funny story. Well, not funny, but when Nikki was born, I felt like asking the anesthesiologist if he was going to just text on his cell phone while the delivery was happening too. Like
wow.
the previous anesthesiologist when my son Xander was born, who was on his phone. It's like, hey, are you going to text and look at Facebook on your phone while this is going on, like the other doctor did?
Anesthesiologists are making bank too, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yep.
Wow.
Easily. Yep. So I was surprised. I'm like, we're trying to get through this and have Xander be born, and I'm looking over and the anesthesiologist is scrolling through his phone. I'm like, really? All right.
That's crazy stuff.
I guess we had to pay extra for full attention of the doctor.
Nice. Well, I had my second favorite part of the show before. Well, here's my first. Here's not my first favorite, but it's one of my favorites. It's time for Get Off My Lawn.
Get off my lawn. Not in this lifetime, Sonny. Well, I think you're an overeducated 27-year-old version. There's a Mexican, a Jew, and a colored guy go into a bar. The bartender looks up and says, "Get the fuck out of here." Get off my lawn. Used to stack fucks like you 5 feet high in Korea. Use you for sandbags. Can't you people just leave me alone? Get off my lawn. You'd think the cold would keep all the idiots out. What are all you fish heads looking at anyway? Get off my lawn. You people are nuts. I knew you were a dipshit the first time I ever saw you. You're wrong, egg roll. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You're letting Click Clack Ding Dong and Charlie Chan just walk out with Miss What's-Her-Face.
All right, I'm going to hold it right there. But that's Clint Eastwood, of course, from Gran Torino, talking about get off my lawn. So I think that's pretty funny stuff there. 91 is Clint Eastwood. Do you believe that? That's crazy.
Wow.
Dude.
Wow. And we're on show 94?
Pretty crazy stuff, huh?
Yeah, that's amazing.
All right, well, this guy's on Get Off My Lawn for a reason.
Okay.
According to Yahoo News, ex-Missouri gym owner guilty of killing elderly lady with a baseball bat then setting her home on fire.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is February 11th, 2022, this year. A former Missouri gym owner was found guilty of fatally beating a retired 66-year-old janitor with a baseball bat and burning her house down over a property dispute.
So I guess the steroids are finally kicking in, and the roid rage is alive and well inside this man.
Pavel Samsonek, 48. He's only 48. Looks older than that. Was
does.
convicted on all charges on Friday in the brutal murder of his neighbor Alice Hale, who was found dead in her burning home in 2020. The jury deliberated approximately 45 minutes prior to reaching a verdict. Samsonek, who killed Hale over a dispute involving a fence separating their properties, was charged with second-degree murder, armed criminal action, arson, and tampering with physical evidence. Firefighters found Hale's Springfield home engulfed in flames September 21st, 2020. They found he laid Missouri's. They found. I don't understand. This is a bad.
That's all, folks.
Yada yada. She suffered significant blunt force trauma. Testimony during the trial showed that Samsonek beat Ms. Hale to death with a dangerous instrument, set her house on fire to destroy the evidence of the murder, then watched the house burn from the parking lot of a nearby convenience store, according to Greene County Prosecuting Attorney's Office in the press release to Oxygen.com. Dude, I wanted to punch a neighbor before, but I really don't think I would do it, you know?
Yeah, I've been fortunate with neighbors. You hear all kinds of freaking horror stories, and these crime stories and things like that people that are on TV, and you hear a lot about neighbors, and hell, even on YouTube and the interwebs nowadays, you see people arguing and all this crap. But to get to that extreme, there's something obviously not right.
This is straight up mafioso type stuff,
Right.
that you would see on TV in a movie or something. First, he beats this probably helpless, weak old lady with a bat,
right?
Kills her, and then goes, "Oh shit, I better burn the house down." And then he stands there and watches it.
Right?
What the hell, man?
Unreal.
People are friggin' nuts, dude.
Well, he wanted her off his lawn. What do you expect?
Exactly. Speaking of nuts and get off my lawn, this guy looks horrible.
Have you heard him sing lately?
No, I'm afraid to.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was I was watching, but he was with somebody else singing.
By the way, this is great podcasting. We're talking about Paul McCartney here. We're assuming you're seeing the video here. It's Paul McCartney looks like crap on Twitch TV.
Of Beatles and Wings fame. Yeah. And I think it might have been a Super Bowl thing a couple of years ago. He I don't know about now, but a few years ago he couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. It was real bad. He's on my bucket list of people to see in my lifetime. And
well, great news. Great news, Mike. He's going on tour.
Well, fantastic. Coming to Jacksonville, I'm sure.
No, he's coming to Orlando, dude. He's coming to Hollywood, Florida, and Orlando, Florida. Camping World Stadium.
Really? Okay, so he's doing an outdoor show at that.
I saw him back in like 89, somewhere around there, in Tampa Stadium.
Okay.
But I don't know if I mean, dude, that was 35 years ago I saw him. And he looked friggin' old then.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. Does he still have it?
I don't know. We're gonna have to touch. We're going to have to touch base with Paulie because they're starting off their tour in Spokane, Washington.
Oh, yeah, that's nowhere near Paulie, though.
And he winds up in New Jersey in mid-June.
Wow. At MetLife?
Yep, MetLife. June 16th is the end. So he's
Awesome.
out for basically 6 weeks or so. Starts April 28th in Spokane. Then goes to Seattle for 2 shows at the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle on
That's
May
more like...
2nd
that's
and
more
3rd.
Paulie. That's
Yeah.
Paulie's neighborhood.
Yeah. So May 28th is Orlando. May 25th is Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood, Florida.
I'd like to see him with Billy Joel and Elton John. That would be a good trifecta.
Can they sell out Camping World Stadium, dude? That's like 60, 70,000 people, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, say they cut off the back one of those end zones. That's still like 50,000 people, dude. Or 50,000 people from Central Florida going to go see him.
And I'll bet you it's a premium price, too.
Yeah, tickets aren't on sale yet, but I'm sure they are.
Yeah. The nosebleed is probably $100.
Oh, easily, dude. Easily.
Yeah. That's a shame.
Let's see. I'm trying to pull it up right now. See if they give me a price, like a price range. You know, how many tickets I want to view tickets. No, I don't want you to know where I live. It's checking the availability. They already said tickets weren't on sale yet, so I don't know how they could do this. Maybe they took a flyer on some resales. Inventory is limited. Act fast. Click to view the tickets. Yeah, nosebleeds right now. $294.
Wow.
$300.
Those resale tickets?
Yeah. They go up from there, too, dude. Let me see the most expensive one I can find. Field 2, which is in front of the stage. I don't know what row it is. This is row 3, so that's pretty close. $12,096.
Wow. Yeah, that's a racket to get into, you know?
Yeah.
Reselling tickets on Ticketmaster's website.
I heard of that, and I know people that do that on a small scale thing, but there's some people who make that their business. They'll buy them to L.A., and they live in New York or whatever, and they just sell them out there online.
Yep, yeah. I got lucky. I was able to sell my Orlando Motley Crue tickets online. Yeah. And, I was unable to sell my San Antonio ones, so I actually got a refund on those. But we have Jacksonville tickets. July 2nd. So, yeah, people make a business doing it.
That hour shot by. We're over right now on time, so we're just going to wrap things up here. I want to give a shout out to Gino Losi. Check out Gino Losi if you want to go fishing in Florida. Check out my friend Dustin Levine over at the Mountain Patch Theater in Leesburg. Send him some cash, buy some tickets to a show or something. And, of course, my friend Night Fan Stan at Jet Set Printing. Get all your printing needs in Central Florida. Anybody you're shouting out, Mike?
Just to Mickey Mouse. We're going to see him tomorrow.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And we look forward to speaking with you again next time. Till then, ciao.
Ciao, folks. Ciao.